So how worried are you about the growth story of today? I mean, you're talking about an economy growing barely 2%. You're talking about the worst beginning to the year for the stock market of any year ever. There's clearly nervousness out there. $2 trillion of wealth wiped out just in 2016. How did we get here?
Government. I mean, look, Obamonomics. You have a regulatory state that is just on fire. They are regulating left and right. This is a fourth branch of government that's unaccountable to the people. And so you have a chilling effect of job creation, I was in Milton, Wisconsin the other day talking to two brothers who left their jobs, started a small business. They have 40 people. They could grow faster, they could grow more, but they're turning away business because they can't hit the 50 employee cap because of Obamacare and the costs that are incurred with that.
Right.
So you have government regulations and government and laws like Obamacare, taxes, that are stifling economic growth. I would argue strongly, Maria, that our fiscal policy, no path to balancing the budget, no president supporting a balanced budget, tax rates that are extremely high, making us extremely uncompetitive, keeping money overseas, and a regulatory state that is chilling on jobs, especially in the energy sector. So it is government. It is the federal government that is putting all these barriers in place and disallowing businesses and people to grow. If we have a pro-growth economic policy, there's no doubt in my mind that we could get this economy growing faster. People could get better jobs. We could have rising wages, but for our government. And that's why we're going to roll an agenda out there and give the country a choice. Here's what we will do if you give us the ability to do it so that we can do it in 2017.
And also, which is why you've announced that the president's budget plan is dead on arrival. I mean, the president has said that he wants a string of new taxes, $2.6 trillion in new taxes over the coming decade. He wants a controversial oil fee to pay for infrastructure, $10 oil tax, you said has zero chance of passing in Congress. So will you propose a new budget? I mean, we know the conservatives are upset. And so they want to know, are you going to propose a new budget this year, or are you going to allow the president to continue his agenda of climate change, of refugees, of Obamacare? What's your answer?
Well, first of all, just so you know, Maria, if we want to get rid of Obamacare, if we want to change who's running the regulatory state, you got to have a new president. We've proven by passing through what we call our reconciliation procedures that we can, with the Republican president, get a bill on the president's desk to repeal Obamacare. We just did that. He vetoed it, and we had a veto override. So we have proven that we are willing and able to put bills on a president's desk to get rid of all those things you just said. Guess what? You got to have a president sign those bills into law. Right. That's why you need a new president. That's why we're putting an agenda out there in 2017 showing how we would do that. We have passed 5 budgets that specifically show, I wrote 4 of them, that specifically show how we will balance the budget, how we can pay off the debt. We can do this, but you have to have a Republican president to do this, and that's the whole point of our agenda. Right,
I understand that, but I mean, I guess people are frustrated that the spending for this year is locked in.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, the spending for this year is locked in because we have a bipartisan agreement, which makes sure that, by the way, there is a big concern about our national defense, about our military, and we're fixing some of that. I would argue because of this president, we're not doing anything near what we need to do to fix our foreign policy and our military. And by the way, because of a Republican legislature, because we've had the majority, we have actually cut discretionary spending. We've actually had actual spending cuts. Hundreds of billions of dollars will have been saved because we were in the majority versus the Democrats being in the majority because of what we've done on discretionary spending. But that's a third of our budget. It's entitlements that are going to be the cause of the debt crisis. These programs are going bankrupt, and we have a president that refuses to do anything about it. We have a president that has rejected every single idea to balance the budget and pay off the debt that's been presented to him. So the theme of this point here is we need a new president.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing in the budget whatsoever about Social Security. I mean, it's crazy when everybody knows what the problems are. Final question.